Hey guys, it's Lauren. Okay, so super requested video today, and I'm going to be talking about why I decided to go to a super freaking expensive private for-profit school for a nursing school, and then how I also crunched all those numbers. So first off, I want to say this is my personal experience in what me and my husband discussed and what's going to be good for our family. So please don't take your own situation into consideration and take it seriously. Don't just be oh, she did it and she says it's great, so do it. Because it's a lot of money and, big life decision going into that much debt. So anyways, there is my preface or whatever you want to say. So first off, I know this school, I think if you do the whole entire program, like if you have nothing to transfer, any college classes that are transferable, I think, don't quote me, look at their website, but I think in California it's $140,000, which is expensive. We literally almost considered moving to Florida because it would be cheaper to pay childcare than to have my mom and mother-in-law and stuff like that watch the kids. It would be cheaper to pay for full-time childcare and go to that school out there because it's the same school, just a different state. Because I think in Florida it's only in the 80,000 range or something like that. Don't get me into that. California is expensive, but California pays the most for nurses, and I think they know people are going to pay it, so they'll charge it because it is so hard to get into a state community college nursing program or something. I know for me personally, we'll just get right into the video. I actually wrote all of this out on my tablet, but I am using my tablet to film this. So I will pull it up on my phone. I just cleaned my shoes with saddle soap and I got specks of it on my phone, so I'm just trying to wipe it off. Okay, so here's my little notes. So for me, I did transfer some classes, and this is not exact numbers, but I did what I could do, considering I don't know the exact amortization schedule and when exactly things get each part of the loan gets taken out. So let's just say my school costs $120,000. Okay, from the time I started school there in August of 2018 and by the time I graduated June 2021, that is 34 months. Let's just say I took all of it out at once in the beginning, which I didn't do, not doing, so it's going to be a little cheaper, but just to save myself some heartache in trying to crunch numbers and stuff like that, I overestimated, so it seems like I'm paying more than I actually am. Anyways, so within that 34 months, just accruing interest with 11.75% because I have a fixed rate or whatever, and that's when rates were higher. So I'm mad that rates dropped and I got a fixed rate because now that sucks. But I have to apply for another student loan, so hopefully that won't be lower. Anyways, so let's just say my whole entire student loan was taken out in the very beginning, and that was the interest rate, and it came out to, once I graduated with the interest accrued, etc., is $148,000. I will say that isn't my interest rate for all of them. That was just for my last private loan, but you still get your government loans that are cheaper and blah blah blah. And then let's just say, which I will be doing, refinance once I graduate to a 4% loan, and if I take 5 years to pay it off, which is our plan, I also I want to do it in less time, but let's just say I took 5 years to pay it off, I would pay in total, including all the interest accrued while I'm in school and the interest accrued after and all the payments and stuff, it would be $163,000 ish. Okay, and then let's just say I stayed at my community college and that program cost me $8,000, which is what it would cost. Okay, that's just the nursing program. So when I did this, I didn't even include all my prereqs and all those books and stuff like that. Anyways, so let's just say from the time I went back to school until the time I would graduate from that nursing program, that would be 3 years alone just doing prereqs, because you can only take one science at a time and they're all prereqs to each other, and they didn't offer them in the summer and stuff like that, not the ones I needed. And then let's just say I applied as soon as I finished all my prereqs and I actually got accepted. They have a 2-year waiting list before you even start the program, and then it's a 2-year program. So roughly, I would say if I stuck with a community college, I would graduate May 2025, which is in a billion years, it seems, So anyways, with me going to West Coast, I'm going to graduate roughly 4 years quicker than I would if I stuck it out in community college. And a perk is now I'm getting my bachelor's degree, which is nice because like in California, it's a little competitive, and a lot of places, if you want to go there, they like require a bachelor's and stuff. Anyways, or they'll like hire you with an associate's degree, but then they'll tell you like, okay, within 1 year, within your first year of employment, you need to be enrolled in a bachelor's program. So like I have friends that went that route, and then that's like what happens to all of them. So there's that. So let's just say I got a job as an RN after graduation, and I was making $36 an hour, which is $10 less an hour than what the average is for my county. In my county, the average RN salary is $46 an hour. So I'm like, okay, well, let's just say, for the sake of being conservative with our numbers here, let's just say I got a job for $36 an hour, and I worked that same exact job for 4 years and never got a raise, which would likely not happen. I probably will start out making that much, but it's like, I'm sure I'll get a raise. You know what I mean? So $36 an hour, working 36 hours a week, comes out to $67,000 annually. Okay, so in 4 years of working that same job, that's as if I work no overtime, no nothing or anything. In 4 years, I would make $269,000, but that's in 4 years is how much money I would make. But if I took 5 years to pay off my loan, I would only be paying $163,000. So in that 4 years, I would pay that loan back plus have an extra $100,000. So then I was like, okay, $100,000. I used to, before I, a little backstory. I used to work for the state, and then after I had kids, I didn't want to do that anymore. And then I did real estate for a little bit until I got into nursing school, when I was trying to like figure out if I was going to go to my community college or anything like that. When I worked for the state, let me figure out the math. I think I made like 20-something thousand dollars a year. So when I worked for the state, I made $30,160 a year when I was like a secretary. Office assistant is what they call it. But anyways, when I did that, I made $30,000 a year, and that was full time. So when I do the math of that, okay, so $30,000. So in 3 years, that's how much I would make. Like, because the $100,000 I would have extra after paying my student loans is what I would have in that 4 years. So I'm like, okay, well, if I went to community college, I wouldn't even be able to keep that full-time job. So really, this makes sense. Like, I'm going to, in the long run, make more money this way. So number one, get done sooner. Like, I don't have forever. Like, my kids are growing, they are big, and I don't want to be in school forever. So there's that. I feel like if you have like nothing going on, and like you live with your parents, even if you're married, like, but if you don't have kids, you know, you just have like more time. I don't want to say to waste, but honestly more time to waste. But I just felt like for my personal situation, I didn't want to wait anymore, because like, I don't want, like, it's honestly a sacrifice being in school so much and being away from the kids and stuff. And it's like a real pain in the butt, like arranging like childcare and all that stuff. So, you know, our original plan was I was going to go back to school once they were, like both of them were at least in first grade and stuff, because then they're at school all day, so I'll have more time. But then I was talking to my husband and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to wait forever, you know? So here I am. So now I'm in school. So that's how I broke down those numbers. It just made sense to me. Like, I could pay back the entire student loan and make an extra $100,000 just before the time before I even would have graduated from community college, like going that route. So that's honestly my reasoning and why I did it. I originally actually wanted to go to West Coast like directly after high school, but like I saw that price tag, I was like, woo, heck no. And it was actually like cheaper when I looked into it back then, so that would have been nice. But when I was younger, like I was scared of debt. Like I didn't want to go into a lot of debt, and I didn't know much about money. But honestly, after being married and buying a house with my husband, and then I got into real estate, and I literally dealt with people's like biggest financial decisions. Like, debt just doesn't seem that scary anymore. It's just a part of life. So I know some people are super against student loans, and if that's you, like, power to you. But honestly, I feel like they're kind of necessary in the society we live in. We're like semi-followers of Dave Ramsey. If you don't know who that is, look it up. There, he has like some good points. I don't agree with everything, but he like 100% doesn't agree with student loans, like no matter what the profession. And you know, I think that's a good idea and all, but I'm like, if that was true, there would be no doctors. Like the only people who would be doctors are like kids that who have parents that are also doctors or something, who like can pay for it cash for their kids, because no one can afford stuff like that. You know what I mean? And you know, for me and my husband personally, like we broke down the numbers and it like made sense to us. Like obviously we were super hesitant, and you know, we prayed about it, we thought about it, we talked with each other and stuff like that, and we just felt like it was the right thing to do for us, because I just wanted to like get my life started. Like I don't want to be in school forever. Like now I'm gonna graduate when I'm 26, so if I would have waited until I was at the community college, I wouldn't graduate until I'm 30. So I'm like, dang, which isn't bad. I go to school with people that are older than that, but it's just not what I wanted for myself. I don't think I have anything else to say. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm always available to answer your guys' questions. I check my email. I think it's down there. Like it should show up somewhere. I don't know. But my email is livingwithlaurenray@gmail.com. Email me. I will email you back. So if you guys have any questions or have any ideas of like things you want me to talk about, let me know, because I will consider it and do it if I want. So, okay. See you later.